Why do you not want to respect the flag, even though the flag and the national anthem and the words in it, man, don't apply to us seemingly? You know, what's your problem? What's your problem? Colin Kaepernick doing a peaceful civil protest. Nigga, we not giving you a job. Even though you can play football. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, man. Even though you can play football at a high level and you're better than every single backup quarterback in the league. You're better than probably the last third tier of the league as far as starting quarterbacks. We good. We'll just go sign this crab that's been out of football for 4 years to give him a spot because of your outward protest of niggas getting shot in the back. Think about that now. Think about that. In effect, that's what they're saying. Because you protested niggas getting shot in the back, our fans, the masses of our fans find that offensive, so we can't give you a job.
This is #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern on a Recap Monday doing his recap show. We're going to talk about sports, entertainment. We're going to have call interview on the spot call. This is just a show that will bring nothing but passion and joy and understanding to all the listeners on the Two Live Stews radio platform. The #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern.
When life in the city is hard enough, and when you got a little brick, so what? Wanna take it out? Yeah. Life in the city is hard enough, and when you hear them things click, about to bust it out. Yeah. Life in the city is hard enough, and when you got a little brick, so what? Wanna take it out? Yeah. Life in the city is hard enough, and when you hear them things click, about to bust it out. Yeah.
I know you never met my kind. Fascination never blew my mind. Bitter words, hard to sweet. You confused, don't waste my time. Style try, caught them one. Another sucker know when it's done. Remove the rapper, blow, pop his fam, living diction like bubble gum. Psychic edges, psychos me. I'm tossing braid and pitch around me. A 10-9 to check hoes who repeatedly try to check size me. Finger gotta cut this trigger. Don't go gas to kill you. Don't go fall round the corner. You meet folks.
When life in the city is hard enough, and when you got a little brick, so what? Wanna take it out? Yeah. Life in the city is hard enough, and when you hear them things click, about to bust it out. Yeah. Life in the city is hard enough, and when you got a little brick, so what? Wanna take it out? Yeah. Life in the city is hard enough, and when you hear them things click, about to bust it out. Yeah. You never even heard of one such, and never seen no one such, until you live on the run. But you can't see the way the bullets come though. Some will, some won't. Some get it, some don't. Ain't no sympathy for the weak and needs me a temple beat like what? Legs in the air laid out like a dead rope to the bump. Trying to ride in on the coke. Should've never hit the bad note. I feel the image of a broken tree as I sculpt your brains through the red smoke. And the people wouldn't even care. They saw you once and then no more. So we didn't even hit a click, cause it was already cocked. If you really made, you get voted up, come it up and toast. Cause life in the city is hard enough, and when I got a little brick, so what? I'ma take it out, yeah. When life in the city is hard enough, and when you got a little brick, so what? Wanna take it out, yeah. Life in the city is hard enough, and when you hear them things click, about to bust it out, yeah. Life in the city is hard enough, and when you got a little brick, so what? Wanna take it out, yeah. Life in the city is hard enough, and when you hear them things click,
All right, welcome back to the show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday, as well as it's a funny Friday as well. The Doug Stewart Show. And let me say this, man. A couple of things. I'm all thrown off track with what we had planned for today. If you're new to the show, this is on Spreaker.com, and everybody in the world is available to listen to it. If this is your first time listening to the show, this isn't how we normally do it. I mean, a lot of times we do talk about these types of taboo things that they told us never to talk about on radio. I mean, we do. I'm not apologizing for me going on a tirade for the last half hour, but I mean, we normally try to keep things lighthearted around here. With everything that we do, man, but sometimes it is what it is, all right? So, just like I said, just a culmination of a bunch of things, man, that's in the news. It's just got me feeling some type of way. Yeah. But in any regard, man, you are locked and loaded and listening to the realest, truest sports and guy talk show in America. Hey, quickly. So my boy texted me during the break. I saw a text from one of my boys. He was like, what's the meaning of the word 13th? It's all based around the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which freed the slaves and prohibited slavery. So I actually just pulled up the little bio on the film 13th on Netflix. And it says, it's a 2016 American documentary. The film explores the intersection of race, justice, and mass incarceration in the United States. And it's titled, once again, after the 13th Amendment to the United States, which freed slaves or prohibited slavery unless as punishment for a crime. Okay, you do know that. They're one and the same. When you go to jail, you're in effect a slave again. You're a slave. You're a slave of the state. You can't go anywhere. You can't do the things that, you're just like a slave when you go to jail. So that's the key element of that whole statement, unless as punishment for a crime. And so what the film talks about is how they basically just rearranged it, as opposed to, calling you a slave and putting shackles on you. And at the end of the day, you can't go anywhere else. You still got to stay right there in the quarters that's provided to you by slave masters or whatever. They just inflicted it in our laws. And the increase in people jailed for crimes in this country at the turn of the century when slavery was outlawed, or after, Lincoln freed the slaves. Like, you can look, they talk about this in depth in this documentary, man. Like, you can look, and then there was a boom of incarceration by black men in this country during certain periods of history in this country that you could attribute directly to certain administrations that were in office. I don't want to get to all of the detail, man, but it's very deep. When you watch it, like, your whole mindset about really what's going on, like, kind of hits. Like, the whole goddamn thing is a setup. And, man, the system and how it works, man, it really had me thinking, man. It almost had me, I almost want to use the term scared. Because not only do you see what's going on in this country over the last couple of years when you get stopped by the police, but this documentary kind of talks about how the simplest shit can get you locked up. Something that's very minor, not only can get you locked up, but it can get you killed. But in the regard to getting you locked up, like an average traffic stop can happen and get elevated because of the particular police that stops you on that day. If that police is having a bad day, not only could it lead to your death, but it can lead you to getting incarcerated and All types of crazy shit happens after they got the cuffs on you, or that could happen, or that could be set in motion where your ass could never get out. And once again, you'd be, a ward of the state. And your ass would be put to work, making license plates, cleaning up trash off the side of the street. Your ass, in effect, could easily, man, for some bullshit, die, or once again, be a ward of the state, for a long, long time. Your ass would be back to being a slave. It's crazy, man. I mean, you need to see this. That's all I'm saying. You just need to see it, man. And trust me, you will not be disappointed. Watch it from beginning to end. My wife couldn't watch it. Like, after the first 30 minutes, man, she was like, I can't watch this anymore. Like, she's real sensitive like that, man. I was like, no, fuck that. I'm watching this shit, man. I watched it from the beginning. I watched it a couple times, as a matter of fact. And it's just very, very, it's very indicative, man, of the times that we're living in right now. And as crazy as 2017, and I keep going back to the point that things have gotten a lot better in this country for us, obviously. But if you've not been under a rock over the last couple of years, it's almost like the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's crazy, and, I just feel like, man, squeaky wheel gets the oil. And I've repeated all of this stuff, man. I keep going back to that. And it just bothers me when I hear detractors, black people that are detractors of a movement, detractors of equality, wanting to achieve equality and wanting to be able to go out and not have to worry about, just as much as anybody else of any other color in this country, of getting shot and killed on the street like a dog. Like what's wrong with wanting equality? I'm saying the same shit I said before, man. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I got a couple other little stories that are out there, man. We'll touch upon them. I'm going to try to get back to some normalcy in this show and what we normally do. When we get back from the break, as a matter of fact, we got a little entertainment report. Like the whole, and I kind of hate, I got to be honest with you. Listen to the Doug Stewart Show. I kind of hate we started this Funny Friday today because right now, ain't shit funny. Right. This was, at the end of the day, this was the wrong day to start doing Funny Friday in earnest. Right. Funny as Eddie Murphy is, like, even the shit Eddie Murphy's saying on these little clips we got, it really not funny to me right now. But we're going to push on. When we get back from the break, man, we'll have another Eddie Murphy clip of him making us laugh, even though I'm not in a laughing mood right now. And we'll get to some entertainment. We'll try to get this train back on the track, all right? Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show.
Introduce me to a scale, I guarantee I break it. Introduce me to a beat, I guarantee I rape it. Earthquake flow, 2012. Doomsday beat. I'm a cool kid, and you are just a stepchild.